So Mitch O'Farrell is a big, colossal nanny pain in the ass. Because you can't even get a straw with your Coke when you go to a restaurant now unless you beg them. Let's get Andrew Mollenbeck on the line. He covered this atrocity. Andrew.
Yeah, that works. Hey, good afternoon. Hey, I will point out that I walked by Mitch O'Farrell's desk today, right at the City Hall chambers, and he uses a metal straw in his cup. So I wanted to pass that along.
Isn't that precious? His own metal straw.
You got to keep that thing washed, though. It'll get gross, too, like those bags, those reusable shopping bags.
Yeah,
you know what? It reminds me of playing trumpet as a kid. You know, you always had to wash out the mouthpiece.
Yes, you do.
Oh, yeah, that's unsanitary.
Well, you're spitting
that's
there.
disgusting. Don't kiss him on the lips. That's he's probably carrying something with that metal straw.
All right, so what do they want to do here?
Yeah, so it's a two-step process, really. And the first is next year. Next year, starting in April, if you want a straw at restaurants, and this will include fast food restaurants, you're going to have to ask for it. And that's where they're getting the ball rolling. But where they really want to go is 2021. So just about 2 years away, the city is going to have a complete ban on plastic straws. So really the intent here is to go beyond the state, and the county has its own thing going on. But right now that process is asking for a straw. LA wants to go farther than that. It wants to make them totally banned by 2021, and this is Mitch O'Farrell talking about his reasoning.
You've just saw the picture of the turtle, the sea turtle in the Pacific Ocean with a straw embedded in its nostril.
No!
Imagine that multiplied times hundreds of thousands or even millions, and you get a sense of the environmental...
Stop.
Yes.
That's the only turtle.
That turtle?
That's ever
what is
been
his
photographed.
name? Do we know his name?
He lies.
The turtle's name?
Yeah, we've been hearing about this turtle for over like a year. I just wondered if they've named it by now.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to look that one up.
Did anyone ask him where the evidence is of hundreds of thousands or millions of turtles?
No, we said you can just imagine, right?
Well, yeah, exactly. Imagine means, I'm making this up. I'm lying. I'm lying in order to make a point, to get people emotionally manipulated. That's the only turtle they've ever found with a straw in his nose. The only one.
It was part of a kind of PowerPoint presentation as well. As he was making the remarks, they were up on the big projectors in the City Hall Council chambers. So he was pointing at it and saying, imagine 100,000 turtles just like this.
But there isn't 100,000 turtles. There's not even a second turtle. No other turtle has ever been found with a straw up its nose.
And how do we know that turtle wasn't just partying? You know, you put a straw up your nose for fun.
Or maybe it was set up. Maybe somebody stuck a straw up the turtle's nose.
Oh, that's
some
even
environmental
more devious.
activist. Yeah, it could have been one of those deep fake videos we were talking about.
Deep fake. Is there more?
Yeah. Oh, this was just the start of it. I'll leave that one there.
Geez.
But in the course of the debate, a number of council members made some rather bold claims, and the first was from Mitch O'Farrell. Not that one, but a figure that you've heard before that has been highly criticized.
No, not the kid with the straws.
Here we go.
A recent report indicates that Americans throw away 500 million plastic straws each day.
I think that's what you were referring to.
That is a total
that is a child's number.
Yeah, that was from the 9-year-old.
The 9-year-old.
Who was that up? That's O'Farrell that said that?
Yeah, that's O'Farrell.
Why didn't you raise your hand and say that's been debunked?
Well, this wasn't a press conference. This was their own debate.
You've got to represent us.
That's impossible that there are 500 million straws being thrown away every day. That's not mathematically possible.
There was a little research done on that, and it's not.
It was a 9-year-old kid
who
made it
called
up.
A couple of companies or something?
He called up a couple of straw companies, and he made up his own formula and came up with 500 million a day. Oh, for God's sakes! O'Farrell's a real idiot. What district does he represent?
The Hollywood area.
Where does this bonehead come from? The Hollywood area? Oh, my God.
Is there any more?
Yeah, Echo Park. Oh, yeah, we're just getting started here.
Oh, sure.
The next up is from Councilman Paul Koretz making the next claim.
Oh, no.
It's projected that by 2050, our oceans will have a larger volume of plastics than of fish, which is just unbelievable.
That's not true.
So,
for God's sakes. You know what? They've analyzed the plastic in the oceans, and the vast majority of it is from fishing equipment. That's most of the plastic. Because how could a straw, let's say I'm here, I go to lunch in Los Angeles, let's say in Studio City, I get a straw for my soda. How does that straw end up in the ocean? It can't. It's impossible because the staff throws the straw in the staff throws the straw in the garbage goes in the dumpster goes into a garbage truck, and the truck takes it to a landfill. It doesn't go into the ocean. That's impossible.
Remember, we found out most of the plastic pollution in the oceans is way over in Asia and Africa. It's not even here.
It is. U.S. produces an extremely tiny percentage of plastic, and most of it is fishing materials, and most of the rest is from Asia and Africa. It's not here. It's a lie. How many lies can these guys tell?
You heard Paul Koretz there. He was the first one to cite this particular figure. And then it was interesting because it just kind of went along the dais there as others picked it up. So next we have Paul Krikorian, and he seems to suggest that this is already the case. It's not in the future.
There's more plastic than fish in the ocean, which is just a situation that, as a civilized society, we can't allow to continue to happen.
But it doesn't stop there. Next, we hear from Council President Herb Wesson, saying that he wanted to be in on the comparison.
Mr. Krikorian, I want your permission to use that we have more plastic than fish. So I will be repeating that from here on, more plastic than fish.
We don't have more plastic than fish.
And by the way, that oaf wants to be on the Board of Supervisors next.
Which oaf?
Herb Wesson Oil.
Oh, God.
Mark Ridley Thomas is leaving.
He sounds like he's dying.
By the way, did anybody bring up the disabled people, Andrew, and how you're going to work? Some of them need a straw to drink. No?
No, that did not come up today. And it's probably charitable to say that there was a debate, because it wasn't really a debate. No. It was unanimous, and everybody was just giving their own take on why it's
with
important.
Their phony stories.
This is all phony nonsense. Seriously, somebody's got to challenge these blockheads. They're spewing out nonsense. You've got one turtle. You've got one 9-year-old's made-up fantasy statistic. And then you have this ridiculous claim that there's going to be more plastic than fish in the ocean. That's not even possible. That is absurd.
All right, Andrew, thanks for... Oh, you got more?
Yeah,
you got more?
No, just that... No, I've run out of members making that claim. But you heard Wesson there at the end just saying that more plastic than fish. He's going to take that and run with it.
Of course he is.
We're going to expect to hear a lot more of that one.
Hey, he's a big-time liar. They're all a bunch of big-time liars. Of course they're going to take something false and run with it. Good. That's what they do. All right. Andrew, very good. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you got it, guys.
All right.
Andrew Mullenbeck. You're fired up. The turtle returns. Not the turtle, but the 500 million phony number.
I know. All this fake stuff.
It's
whipped up into this movement. But and it's not just straws. It's all the stuff they get involved in. It's all based on phony, manipulative stories.
Yes, emotionally based.
Right. Yeah, it's all on emotion.
Not fact-based. It just, people are disturbed to think there's plastic in the ocean.
How do straws get into the ocean? That's not possible. All the restaurants throw their garbage out. Restaurants don't drive their garbage to the ocean and dump it into the water. Have you ever seen that? Have you ever seen a guy driving from a restaurant and dumping a bag of garbage in the ocean? It's never happened.
All right, we got more coming up.
All right, John and Ken Show. John Cobell, Ken Champ.